Hi, I'm Aya, and today we are making this cute summer mesh bag. It's lightweight, beginner friendly, and works up surprisingly fast. I will show you every step from start to finish, so grab your yarn and let's start. As for materials, I'm using a cotton cord yarn. It's specifically made for bags, and I will use 2 rolls of it. And as for hooks, I will use 2 different sizes, a 3.5mm hook for the main bag, and I would recommend you to use 3.5, 4 or 5. As for straps, I will be using 5mm hook. We will start our work by making a slip knot. So just take the yarn and wrap it around 2 fingers like this. On the front they will be cross, and on the back you will see 2 parallel lines. Now take your hook, go under the first strand, grab the second one and slide it through the center. And that's it, our slip knot is ready. But first let's tighten it a little bit. Now we need to do chains, and to do chain, yarn over and pull your yarn through the loop. This is our first chain. One more time, yarn and pull, second chain, yarn, pull, third chain, fourth, and fifth. And like that, we need to continue until we reach 50 chains. So I have finished all of my 50 chains, which come out approximately 29 centimeters long. However, you can make yours longer or shorter depending on the size you want, but just keep in mind that your chain should be multiple of 4 plus 2. And now we'll be doing our first row and do double crochet. But first, let's count 3 chains. So here's that. First, second, third, and into the first chain we are going to make our double crochet. To the double crochet, yarn over, insert your hook into the chain, yarn and pull. There will be 3 loops on your hook, yarn, pull through 2 first. There will be 2 loops, yarn, and pull through 2. So here these 3 chains will be considered as 1 double crochet, and that was our second one. Okay, now let's continue, and now we'll be working with the next chain. Here's that, and we will do 1 more double crochet here. So again, yarn over, insert your hook into the next chain, yarn and pull. There will be 3 loops, yarn, pull through 2 loops first, yarn and pull through 2 loops. This is our third double crochet. Let's keep going, and we will be working with the next chain. Again, in as double crochet, yarn, insert your hook into the chain, yarn and pull, yarn, pull through 2, yarn, pull through 2 loops. Okay, now let's place another double crochet into the next chain, yarn, insert your hook and pull, yarn, pull through 2, and yarn, pull through 2 loops. Please keep going, placing 1 double crochet into each chain across until you reach the end. So we have finished our first row, and now we'll move on to the second one. And to start it, let's make 3 chains first. So yarn over, pull through the loop, first chain, yarn, pull, second, and third. Then turn your work. Now we are going to work into these V's at the top of each stitch, and we will be doing double crochet again. And these 3 chains will count as our first double crochet, which means we will skip one and go to the second one here. Under the second V you can see a small space here, and we need to make a double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into this space, yarn and pull. Again, there will be 3 loops on your hook, yarn, pull through 2, yarn, pull through 2. This is our second double crochet. Okay, now let's go to the next V, and into that space here we'll make another double crochet, yarn, insert your hook again, yarn, pull, yarn, pull through 2, and yarn, pull through 2 loops. Okay, and next V, and continue like this until you reach the end of the row. I have almost finished the row, and if you remember, we started our row with 3 chains here. We also need to do double crochet into that chain. So look for the V at the top, and we need to insert and make double crochet into here. So yarn, insert your hook under the first chain into the top, yarn and pull, yarn and pull, and yarn and pull. That's how we finish our second row. Let's start our third row. Chain 3 first, and turn your work. So similarly, we will be working with the V's here, and we will need to place 1 double crochet into these spaces under the V's. The first one is already done. We will go to the next V and next space, and let's place it together. Yarn, insert your hook, yarn and pull, yarn, pull through 2, and yarn, pull through 2. And just like that, keep going until you reach the end of the row. Similarly, I reached the end, and we have 3 chains here, and don't forget to place here 1 double crochet. Find the top V and do here 1 double crochet. And like that, we will be doing our rows each time, chaining 3 first, then turning our work and placing a double crochet into each space under these V's. Don't forget at the end to work with those last 3 chains, and like that you need to keep going. And for my bag, I will do total 8 rows, but you can make yours longer or wider according to your taste. I have finished all of my 8 rows, and now we are going to work all the way around in a circle and start our closed rows. So pattern of the closed row will be the same. First chain 3 and place a double crochet into the spaces under the V's until you finish the first side. So as you can see, I have finished my first side and turned my work, and we will be working with the second side. Now we have here spaces, and there are 8 of them. This is the first space, second one, and we need to place 2 double crochet into each space. So let's go with the first double crochet. And second one into the same space. And like this, you need to continue placing 2 double crochet into each space until you reach the end of the side. So as you can see, I have finished my second side and I did 16 double crochet in total. Now we will work with you with the third side. The third side will be the same, but we need to start working with these chains first. If you remember, we counted them as a double crochet. So find the first chain at the top and make a double crochet into this chain. Now we continue and make a double crochet into the next space here. And next space. And the next, working like this until we reach the end of the side. And again, I have reached the end, and don't forget about this space here. And turn your work, and we will be doing with you last fourth side. Similarly, on this side we will place 2 double crochet into each space, and I will do 16 double crochet again. So we finished all of the double crochet, and now we will close our row by doing a slip stitch. To do it, find your first chain, and there will be top of it. It's going to be third chain here. Then you need to simply insert your hook into that chain, yarn and pull. There will be 2 loops on your hook, and grab your first loop into the second one and tighten. So like that we have finished our first closed row. Now let's start our second closed row and chain 3 first, and it will be considered as our first double crochet here. Find the second stitch, and under this stitch, under this V, we will be placing 1 double crochet. And let's go into the next space here, and like that you need to continue again until you reach the end of the side. So again, I finished my first side here, and now we need to rotate our work. And if you remember, we placed 16 double crochet to the second side, and now under each V here we will be doing 1 double crochet. So let's start with the first one. So first space, and the second one, insert. And like that, we need to finish this side and the second side. So I finished actually all of my sides and the pattern was the same. Here I placed 16 double crochet into each space. Now we need to do slip stitch. Find the top of your chain here, insert your hook, yarn and pull. There will be 2 loops on your hook. Grab your first loop into the second one and tighten. And again, to start our next row, I will chain 3 first. Also, I want to mention that I'm going to place a stitch marker here, so I know exactly where I'm starting my row and don't get confused. Now that we know how to make these rows, we need to make 2 more closed rows. Each time, start your row by chaining 3 and placing double crochet into each spaces, working all the way around. And don't forget to finish off with a slip stitch at the end. I have finished all of my 4 closed rows, and as you can see, our bag is starting to take a shape. For this bag, the pattern will be 4 closed rows, 20 mesh rows, and 2 closed rows at the end. Of course, you can adjust this pattern to have more or fewer closed rows, or alternate between closed and mesh rows to create your own unique pattern. Now let's start our mesh rows, and we will start each row by chaining 4 chains. This acts as our first double crochet plus 1 chain space. Now we need to skip 1 V and go to the next one and do double crochet. Now let's do the next one. First chain 1 and now skip 1 V and do double crochet into the next. And this is our second double crochet, and as you can see, it's already started to shape. Now let's go to the third one, chain 1, skip 1 and go to the next and do the double crochet there. And just like that, we need to continue and finish the row, chaining 1 first, skipping 1 V and making the double crochet. I almost reached the end of the row and I chained 1, and now we need to do slip stitch. To do slip stitch, go to the top of the starting chain 4 and insert your hook into the third chain. Yarn over and pull through, then pull that first loop through the second one and tighten. And that's it, and that's how we do and started our first mesh row. Let's go to do our next mesh row and the first chain 4. This time we will work under the space of our previous mesh rows and do a double crochet. Now chain 1 and again go under the previous row's V's here and do a double crochet. And the next one, chain 1 and place a double crochet. And continue like this all the way around until you reach the end. Just remember, always start the row with 4 chains and always finish it with a slip stitch at the end to close your mesh rows. And for my bag, I will do 20 mesh rows, and you can make more or fewer rows according to your design and your personal preference. And as you remember at the beginning, I said that I will be using 2 rolls and my first roll of yarn finish it. So I want to show you how to join the second one. It's very simple and there are several ways to do it, but I will use the simplest one. So I will just take the new yarn and make a knot with my working yarn. Then cut the unnecessary ends very shortly. And that's it. We will continue just like that, and don't worry, the jointed part will be hidden under your stitches and won't be visible. And I have finished all of my 20 rows, and as you can see, we have almost finished the body part of our bag. And don't forget, you can do more or less according to your preference. And now we will do last 2 closed rows to finish our bag. And to start closed row, chain 3 first. And now we need to place a double crochet into this space here. Then go to the stitch under the V and do a double crochet here. And next one into the space. And again we will continue like this all the way around, making sure to crochet into every space under the V and every space between them until we reach the end. And of course, at the end of the row, don't forget about slip stitching. Place it at the top of the first chain. And we reached our final row here, and again we will chain 3 first. And now in our final row we will work with every stitch here and place a double crochet under these V's. And let's place 1 double crochet into our first space. Into the next one. And into the next. And just like that, work 1 double crochet into every stitch until you reach the end of the row. And lastly, slip stitch. And tighten. And just like that, we have finished the body part of our bag. And if I measure it, the width of my bag is almost 34.5 centimeters and the height is 28.5 centimeters. We need to now finish off and cut our yarn. For that, just take your working yarn and with your scissors, cut it. Then insert your hook and pull yarn tail through the loop and tighten it to secure your work. And finally, let's hide these 2 yarn tails under the stitches. Just take a needle and thread the tail. And weave it randomly through the stitches on the side of the bag. So I will just go randomly into the first stitches here. Once you have secured it, just trim the excess yarn closely. And that's it. And now we will be doing the same thing with the second part of our tail and hide it under the stitches. And after we finish, we just cut the extra yarn. And then I will just turn my bag inside out. And we have finished the body of our bag. Now let's make the straps. But first I want to show you two different sized cords. The first one I made using only one strand of yarn, while the second one was made by joining two strands together. You can choose either, but for my bag I will be using the thicker one. The pattern is the same, so just follow my lead. For straps I will take 5mm hook and 2 rolls of yarn. Now I will just join them together and tie a knot. And from now on I will treat these two strands as one single piece of yarn. Now we need to do a slip knot, and we need to take the yarn and wrap it around two of your fingers like this. So on the front you will see an X shape, and on the back there will be two parallel lines. Now take your hook, go under the first strand, grab the second one and slide it through the center and tighten. Okay, that's it, and this is our slip knot. And to start the strap we need to make 2 chains. To do the chain, yarn over and pull through the loop. This is our first chain. Again, yarn over and pull through. This is our second chain. Okay, and into the first chain we need to make a single crochet. To do single crochet, insert your hook into the first chain, yarn and pull. There will be 2 loops on your hook. As you can see I have 4, but I will consider them as 2. And yarn again and pull through the 2 loops. That is our base here. Now let's rotate our work. And here we can see a V shape, and under the shape you can see here 2 bars. And we need to make a single crochet into these bars here. So let's insert our hook into these 2 bars, yarn and pull through. There will be 2 loops again, yarn and pull through 2. Let's repeat it again. Rotate your work. There will be V shape here and 2 bars under it. So insert your hook under these 2 bars, yarn and pull through. There will be 2 loops again, yarn and pull through the 2 loops. And as you can see, my straps started to form. It's very thick and not stretchy, and it's perfect for back. And you also need to continue every time rotating your work and finding the V and these 2 bars and placing the single crochet. And for my bag I will do 130 centimeters, but for your own bag you can do any length, but I would recommend between 110 and longer, depending on your preferences. I have finished my straps. Now we need to finish and fasten it off. And now I will just put my hook back and cut the yarn. But don't make the tails too short, since we need that extra length to sew the straps to the sides for the back. Then just take out your hook and just tighten. Okay, and that's it. We have finished our straps too. And if you remember at the beginning, I made a knot and then I will just trim it and cut it. Now we are ready to attach the straps to the back. You can play around with the placement to see what looks best for you, but for mine I'm going to count 6 cm from each side here, and that's going to be 6 space. And now follow my lead and I will insert into the 6 space first from the first side, into the second side the same, and from this side also into the 6th space, and of course the last one. And now we need to secure the straps and sew these 2 tails. And for that I took the needle and we will just randomly go under the stitches. And here I like to make 1 extra knot for safety, and of course you can do the same. And we will work with the second side as well, and to secure we will try to hide our tails under the stitches. And I will make another knot on the second side as well. And once you have finished and you're sure that your straps are joined securely, just trim off an extra yarn. And that's it, our bag is ready, and I'm going to add some more accessories to mine, and you can do the same to yours. I really hope that you enjoyed this tutorial. If you have any questions, feel free to write in the comment section. Please subscribe and hit the like button for more videos. Thank you for watching and see you in the next videos. Bye!